Hello everyone. Today we are in the critical thinking course and we are in the 8th chapter. Today we will talk about evaluating arguments and truth claims. Let's start with the good argument does not mean persuasive argument. Okay. The first one is good argument doesn't mean persuasive argument. In here, first of all, not all arguments are not meant to persuade. Sometimes the arguer, the person who is talking, is just playing devil's advocate. We can say like playing devil's advocate in Turkish meaning şeytanın avukatlığını yapmak, and or preaching to the choir or going through the motions or thinking out loud or giving examples without any intention of persuading anybody. Second, bad arguments often persuade, whereas good arguments often fall on deaf ears. Okay, bad arguments of persuade, good arguments, what is it? Good arguments is fall on deaf ears. Fall on deaf ears. Yes, let's go on. In the years leading up to World War II, for example, Hitler's democratic raving convinced millions, whereas Churchill found that warnings were largely ignored. Yet no critical thinker would suggest that Hitler's arguments were therefore better than Churchill's. And the second one, good argument doesn't mean well spoken or well written. Okay. In here, we sometimes praise arguments for their literary or rhetorical merit, their clarity, eloquence, organization, imaginativeness, and the like. Does it follow that a good argument must be a well-written or well-spoken argument? No, because some person obviously have bad arguments possess literally merit, whereas masterpiece of rhetorical skill and still be seriously flawed from the standpoint of the critical reasoning. By the same token, an argument in, say, science, mathematics may be perfectly good argument, but possesses little or no literally merit. Whatever it is, it should be good argument. It doesn't matter their territory like physics, math, science, etc. Let's go on with what good argument does mean. So, what good argument does mean? What good argument does mean? Is a good argument from the standpoint of critical thinking? To answer to this question, we need to review some things we learned in previous chapter. In chapter 3, we learned that good argument is basically an argument in which two conditions are met. All the premises are true and premises provide good reason. Okay, we have two statements. All the premises are true. All the premises are true and the premises provide good reason. The premises provides good reason. Okay. To accept the conclusion. To accept the conclusion. Okay. And here we understood this. We also learned in chapter 3 that set of premises provides a good reasons to accept conclusion when argument is either deductively valid or inductively strong. Remember, as an example, an argument is deductively valid if the conclusion must be true if the premises are true. An argument inductively strong if the conclusion is probably true if the premises are true. Arguments that are both deductively valid and have all the premises said to be deductively sound. Arguments that are both inductively strong and have all the premises are said to be inductively cogent. Thus, good argument fundamentally is an argument that either deductively sound or inductively cogent. So, we can say something like a good argument is either deductively sound or inductively cogent. Okay. This one is important also. Let's give an example. Let's talk about does the claim conflict with our personal experiences. Okay, in here what did we understand? Let me explain to you. Okay. Sometimes people assert claims that conflict with our own personal observation and experiences. When this happens, it is usually best to trust our own experiences. Thus, if your neighborhood Doberman pinches, snarling and foaming at the mouth and chewing on the tattered remnants of a mail carrier's back, it is probably a good idea to trust your own eyes rather than your neighbor's assurance that his dog is as gentle as a kitten. The problem is that people often place too much trust in their own observation and experiences. For example, think about like all the person thinks like if I leave this statement in one person, this person gives suggestions to her or to his friend as a you shouldn't do like this because I trust my observation, I trust my experiences, and it should be wrong. So that they are doing all the time same mistakes. Let's talk about it. Does the claim conflict with our background beliefs? Does the claim conflict with our background beliefs? Let's talk about this. Sometimes a claim doesn't conflict with any of our personal observation or experiences, but does conflict with certain background beliefs we hold. By background beliefs, we mean that vast network of conscious and unconscious convictions we use as a framework to assess credibility of claims that can be verified directly. In general, if claim fits well with our background beliefs, it is reasonable for us to accept it. It was hot in Las Vegas last 4th of July is quite believable given background information most of us share about midsummer weather condition in Nevada desert. The claim it snowed in Las Vegas last 4th of July, however, would rightly be rejected out of hand unless it was accompanied by strong supporting evidences. The problem is that most of us place too much confidence in the accuracy of our background beliefs. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Consequently, if our background beliefs are unreliable, any beliefs based on them will also be unreliable. Yes, let's talk about the other title. The other one is about does the claim come from a credible source? Much of us, what we believe about the world is based on testimony or authority. All of us believe, for example, that George Washington was the first president of United States, that the earth revolves around the sun, that there is such a place as Sahara Desert, and that is called at the North Pole of January. Yet a few of us have personality verified with this information of ourselves. Thus, a crucial question for critical thinkers is, when is it reasonable or justifiable to accept a claim based on simply on testimony or authority of another? Okay. For example, you have heard something from the television, and you have believed this information because this information comes from the doctor, and credibility of the source is okay. Right now, let's talk about another part. Okay, in the last part of our presentation, we will talk about the conclusion part. In critical thinking, a good argument is an argument that satisfies the relevant critical thinking standards that apply in particular context. The most important critical thinking standards are accuracy, are the premises are true, and the logical correctness. The premises, if true, provide good reasons to accept the conclusion. There are, however, other critical thinking evaluating arguments. For example, among these are precision, relevance, consistency, completeness, and fairness. Let's talk about the in general. In general, it is reasonable to accept unsupported claim as true when the first claim does not conflict with personal experiences that we have no good reason not to doubt. The claim does not conflict with background beliefs that we have no good reason to doubt. And the third claim comes from the credible sound. Okay. As a summary, does the claim conflict with our personal experiences? If it is conflicting your personal experiences, it shouldn't be true. Does the claim conflict with our background beliefs? It is also cannot conflict with your background beliefs. When you have heard something as a new, you should erase your whole background in knowledge. Does the claim come from credible source? If your information has some function like this credibility source, you shouldn't believe this information, okay? Because credibility, it is not about the people's majority, their job. The credibility comes from the invalidity or not, or we are talking about for example, look at this part. All the premises are true. The important thing is for the good argument is that the premises provide good reason. For you, for us, and for the critical thinkers, the important thing should be for us this. All the premises are true. Okay. All the premises provide good traces. Okay for us as well. Okay. I hope you understand this thing clearly. Thank you for your attention.